We are 21,000 miles from base, bearing at 270 degrees, 23 minutes. Azimuth at plus 46 degrees, 46 degrees, 5 whole minutes, ecliptic.
The nightingale sang until the form pierced the heart, as loud as the morning lark till death do us part. Scantily clad nasty, you simply can't surpass me. I'm stalking to devour through the hourglass darkly, as bluebells will in the swaying midnight rain. I'm the beast preordained, running through my veins, blood-stained, pain and passion. You witnessed as it happens, as the crowds were amassing the heavens. Came crashing, made amendments to my exemptions, still fondly remembered. My ribs grew into wings as my tail feathers severed. In chariots and cherubs, the architect's perspective. I sent a death wish for you heathens to try and catch this. The brave contender, you must venture with flailing temper. The wailing harsh winds came to pass through your splendor. Innocuous buffalo skulls, sensory overload. Flames bask around the castle, the last stronghold. A tragic, deathless classic, I became more erratic. Confused in the views I gave, I caused panic. Messianic messages sent without redemption. Unpleasantly present, left bent in aggression. A tragic, deathless classic, I became more erratic. Confused in the views I gave, I caused panic. Messianic messages sent without redemption. Unpleasantly present, left bent in aggression. The bee runner pollinates the sun all day long. Many moments of her sadness placed inside a song. Rivers run backwards, all spirits flow as one. After many a summer dies the lonely swan. Till the earth's access brought me back from the blackness. Sit back and watch me crack this with an iron fist. Ludicrously dismissed on a flying winged disc. That residue of bitterness, what heart shall desire this? An unequivocal waste evaporates, taste of greatness. I formed in many shapes, interlaced, lifting weightless. In my palm where the vulture just landed on a strand. The diagram transcends the pioneer's plan. Move across and expand, obscured by the lure of money. All fates have now changed, most ever so abruptly. Entrusted in a clutch with all that was disruptive. With every dagger thrust, the lust was interrupted. A tragic, deathless classic, I became more erratic. Confused in the views I gave, I caused panic. Messianic messages sent without redemption. Unpleasantly present, left bent in aggression. A tragic, deathless classic, I became more erratic. Confused in the views I gave, I caused panic. Messianic messages sent without redemption. Unpleasantly present, left bent in aggression. A sketch to remember, two lives drawn together. Slumped in all weather, waiting on a promise forever. Underpinned on the fringes where I dragged him in. Told him of a world I knew where the outcome remains dim. Descriptive imagery worked will astonish in words. Acknowledge, pay homage to the dead mockingbird. You still couldn't forsake, devastate, or wake me. I still treasure all these moments that you gave into where you chased me. Ever the innovator, I place my faith in nature. It's not all that it could be, but nothing could be greater. The perpetrator was the one who couldn't stay true. I never even heard of you, still nothing remains new. A horseshoe for luck tucked inside my belt buckle. Everywhere I kept looking, but all I found was trouble. Dusty knuckles torn, we tear away the veil. Set ablaze on this trail, you was all designed to no avail. A tragic, deathless classic, I became more erratic. Confused in the views I gave, I caused panic. Messianic messages sent without redemption. Unpleasantly present, left bent in aggression. A tragic, deathless classic, I became more erratic. Confused in the views I gave, I caused panic. Messianic messages sent without redemption. Unpleasantly present, left bent in aggression.
He said, come wander with me, love. Come wander with me away from this sad world. Come wander with me. He came from the sunset. He came
portions of the king's chamber, golden ratio. Vibrate the space below your feet. From the dry desert sands, erase the wreckage of a fleet. Prehistorical, translate the tongues of the oracle. Allegorical, mathematic, metaphorical. As above, so below. Have love, let it show. Levitate as I meditate, illuminate a glow. Green emerald, staff of Moses spreads the waves. Invade the promised land to wage 7 deadly plagues. Mystic order of the mercenary, thirst for many bones. Of clones, druidic stones align with galactic homes. Poems cold to Kabbalah, nodes of electric thought. 7-star macabre, esoteric schools are taught. Degrees of substance unite to form a body of light. Crown chakra burns bright to defeat the troglodyte.
Since the dawn of humanity, some 100,000 years ago, humans have sought to make sense of an unpredictable and often chaotic world.
Just a fisher of man, I step and fissure the land. Deeply inhale the smoke from the sacrificial lamb. He who bites the hand of providence, evident, no common sense, mentally dead, sealed shut like Tutankhamun rest. Death mask, pure gold, tempered in the furnace. Repetition of the diction, articulated with earnest. Deliver us from evil, shiver of the feeble. Quiver full of needles in the river of the beetles. Building blocks of masonry, master builders facing me. Facade of the macabre, behind which we placing thee. Flashlights of black light, map out the odyssey. Trace the journey through magnetic hotspots to the Odyssey. I'm G.O.D., not a devotee. Elohim backwards is me holy. Divide and conquer, we ripped asunder. They slipped asunder. The spell of Kingu bring you the devil's plunder.
Who are we? Why?